called in I was just setting up my calendar, putting the meetings in there for the month, and for today's meeting, for some reason, I clicked add, and it took 3 meetings for today. One at 4:30, one at 5:30, and one at 6 o'clock. So I just went in there and canceled 2 of the meetings that were put on the calendar, and then it sends out that email blast, and so I won't do that again. So is that set up where if we're in the calendar, you cancel something on the calendar, it gets sent out to everybody?
Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
All I was doing was I was on my district iPad in the calendar, putting down a meeting date so I can keep track of everything. And for some reason, it coded 3 meetings for today. And so I canceled 2 of the 3. And then I guess that's what sent out everything that tonight's meeting was canceled. So anyhow, so when I called in and said there were 6 people on the call, so who's all on this, please? Is Director Webb on the line?
Oh, okay. Director Webb here.
Director Washington here.
Stephen Byron are here.
Okay, Director Stewart, are you there? Okay, Lizette, are you there?
I'm here.
Can we get somebody just to make sure that there's no snafu? Can send a text out to John Joyce and the AV PEREZ. Make sure that they understand that the meeting hasn't been canceled and that they can still tune in.
I can send them an email.
Okay, if you can do that, that'd be great. That way, at least they know it's not that important right now for the closed session part. When we get to the regular meeting, at least that way they'll be in on the meeting itself. All right, well, with that, let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. Roll call.
President Greg Wood.
Yes, here.
Vice President Rick Webb.
I'm here.
Director Gregory Washington.
Here.
Director Byron Glennon.
Here.
Director Ben Stewart.
Okay, maybe Ben might have thought we can't. I'm going to send a text to him real quick, let him know that the meeting's still going on. And all right, I just sent Director Stewart a message. Okay, everybody please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and liberty for all.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second, Director Webb.
Okay. Motion was made by Vice President. Was that? Was that you, Byron, that made the motion?
Yes.
Okay. Director was made by Director. Motion made by Director. Roll call vote.
President Greg Wood.
Yes.
Vice President Rick Webb.
Yes.
Director Gregory Washington.
Yes.
Director Byron Glennon.
Yes.
Director Ben Stewart.
Okay. And it carries 4-0. Okay, at this time, public comment. Public comments, I will discuss the reading of the statute, but let the record show that we are open to public comment. Anybody wishing to address the board, please state your name and limit your comments to 5 minutes. So at this time, is there anybody wishing to give public comment? All right, there are no public comments, so I close public comment. And we have 3 items on closed session. Do I have a motion to go into closed session? That's based on the agenda for the 3 closed session items.
Second by Director Washington.
Okay, motion is made by Director Glennon, seconded by Director Washington. Roll call vote.
President Greg Wood.
Yes.
Vice President Rick Webb.
Yes.
Director Gregory Washington.
Yes.
Director Byron Glennon.
Yes.
Director Ben Stewart.
Okay. At this time, we are adjourned to closed session at 5:40. Please go ahead and directors hang up and call in on the closed session.
Office area and shop is all mitigated, and the blowers out at the wastewater treatment plant have been mitigated. So this will pick up the new and the existing plant, as well as that straggling load. That's the intent. Now, the power purchase agreement is the version. The version that you received was the version that our attorney, John Kumar, has a red line version. You didn't get the red line, but it's inclusive of his changes that we read and sent out to you. No doubt that there may be changes, tweaks to it, and at the time that we get the final version, we will be bringing that back. If there is any changes, we'll bring that back to the board for additional comments and ratification. What we're looking for is an approval by the board, and we'll hold off signing until all or any changes that may come down the pike as time goes forward. The projected savings of the project itself in the first year is projected at $145,043. This savings tends to go up if you look at the gradual savings report to an eventual annual savings of $392,924 for a total over the life of the project of savings of $6.3 million and change. It's probably not as great as one would hope for, but it is a cumulative mitigation for the impact of the rising cost of electricity. Now, when they did these estimates, they estimated a utility annual growth of 3%. I have to say that that's an extremely conservative number, because the last time that we did a solar project and we did the calculations, it came out closer to 6%. When I presented that to you at the last time, I was conservative and reduced it to 4%. All of this means that if the average increase from utility is greater than 3%, then these numbers will go up. It's in our benefit, because we'll be saving more that we would have had to spend had we not mitigated our solar. It's for a 25-year lease of properties. The properties are along that waste, or the pond 13 with the diagonal guides on it, and it's been cleared once before for a purpose similar to solar, and the restrictions on us, or the requirements on us, we have to maintain our area to provide access for them to be able to maintain their area. And so we will keep you apprised as if the PPA should take any turn and bring it back to the board for final.
Okay. Steve, were you able to get some clarification on the maintenance issues that we discussed on the contract?
Yes, there was clarification on that was some of those having to call and before we did anything normally pertain to the erection of a tower that would cast a shadow on the array itself, or any type of wall or anything that would block the sun. The other is when we have a planned outage or downtime, they would like us to coordinate with them so they can prepare their array to do maintenance at the same time, and or to shut down so they're not experiencing an overload of production or whatever. Because most of the load that's being produced is going to be parasitic, which means that it's going to be used on site to mitigate that load. So when we're down, they like to know they'll send maintenance crews out or do some shutdowns of their equipment in order to make it smooth. If it's unpreventable notifications, then they just like to know after the fact, so they can check their equipment. And basically what it is communication. They will give us a whole list of contact info prior to startup, and we'll have all that contact information close in hand.
Okay. Looking up something here real quick. Clarification. Where the plant is situated, proposed site, when we go to do our pond mitigation, we're not going to be interfering with that anyway, are we?
No.
Okay. That was the only other thing, the only other question I saw from the top last.
You did have a question in regard to prevailing wage, and I had John Devine on that. He contacted me yesterday evening on that, and my read on that was right in line with his, that it's this project, because it's their project, they own it, no government funds, etc. We're clear.
Okay, perfect. All right, that's all the questions I had.
So I believe it's requesting to approve the power purchase agreement as you have before you. move on SA1. Did you catch that?
Yes, I did.
Byron?
Yes, we have a second?
Second, Director Webb.
Okay, motion is made by Director Glennon, seconded by Vice President Webb. Any further discussion? All right, then roll call vote.
President Greg Wood,
Yes.
Vice President Rick West,
Yes.
Director Gregory Washington,
Yes.
Director Byron Glennon,
Yes.
Director Ben Stewart.
Yes. All right, motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Chief. Okay, new business 2, authorize the general manager to apply for a loan not to exceed $12,275,000 for the purchase of water. Presenter Steve PEREZ, general manager.
As a little bit of background, most people are aware that we had an adjudicated process occur, and in the adjudication, the court determined how much water could be pumped out of the basin safely without overdrafting it. And because of that, when it was all said and done, the court determined how much water every entity could pump from the ground. And in that, at the time, we had reached an amount of about 3,000 acre feet, and we were cut back to 404 acre feet. So that meant the Rcsd, over a 5-year period ramp down that we're closely approaching the end of, would have to make up the difference of 2,600 acre feet. Also, we're not pumping as much. We need to take a look at our future as well. So trying to purchase water to secure the future for the community and continue providing the health and safety necessary to promote our community's growth and whatever community ventures to do. We need to secure a water source that will take us into the future. With that, this new business to authorize the general manager to apply for a loan of $12,275,000 is a project that we're currently working on to purchase that water. And some would say this is an extremely large amount of money, and I agree, it's a large amount of money, but it's absolutely necessary to be able to provide an adequate, affordable, and secure water supply for our community. After all, we're charged with health and safety of the community, and it's not only drinking water, watering your plants, watering your lawn, it's also your toilets and showers and things such as that. So this water will take us a major step to acquiring sufficient water to secure our future. It's a request that is based on a letter of intent, and we need to start the process with our finance team, which is in new business number 3. I'll get to that after we deal with number 2. I have to say that when calculating this cost, the cost of the water is a great deal for the district. When you start looking at cost today versus cost in 10 years, it starts reducing because the water that you're buying is in perpetuity. And unlike water that you buy that's used one time and it's gone, that water's a heck of a lot cheaper, but once you use it, it's gone. You can't plan your future that way. So my request is to authorize myself, the general manager, or any of my designees to apply for this $12,275,000 loan.
I just want to say thank you, Steve. I know how hard you've been working on this, and to get this deal put together and to find this water. Water is hard to find in the Antelope Valley right now. And, I just kind of want to go back a little bit that when this basin was adjudicated, like you said, we went down to, our total amount that we were able to pump 404 acre feet of water. That means we needed to find approximately 2,500 acre feet of water. And, having to depend upon buying it from AVEC where you have no guarantee that they're going to get enough water to supply all of our needs. I mean, it just depends upon how much water they get. I mean, this year they're only getting, I think, about 30% of their requested allotment. So, everybody's going to be in the same boat. And like Steve said, this is in perpetuity. This is forever. This water will belong to us permanently. And we've got a percolation water banking agreement with our treatment plant. When that's completed, that's going to supply us with water. And in this water, once we get this thing done, it's going to make sure that our community has what they need today and going into the future. And that certainly is a big relief for me. And I know it's a big relief for the rest of the board, and it's a big relief for the entire community. So, job well done, Steve. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And any other questions on this?
Mr. Stewart, I just want to say, by purchasing this water, we're not purchasing this water for future residents. This water is being purchased for current ratepayers. Future residents, people that are moving through residents or new housing that's coming online in the future, those developments will have to put this water for that. We're not asking current citizens, current ratepayers to pay for future people coming in. We're securing water for current ratepayers. That's all I want to say. That's a great point, Ben, and I apologize for not hitting on that.
Yes. And, at least with this water and then with our percolated water, Rosa's current needs are going to be taken care of now. And that's going to make all of us sleep a lot better at night. All right. Any other comments on this? And I'd like to get a motion.
I'll move on NB2. Second, Stewart.
Okay, motion is made by Director Glennon, seconded by Director Stewart. Roll call vote.
President Greg Boyd,
Yes.
Vice President Rick West,
Yes.
Director Gregory Washington,
Yes.
Director Byron Glennon,
Yes.
Director Ben Stewart.
Yes.
And motion carries 5-0. All right. On to new business 3. Oakland, Rollout, Jones Hall, and Francis Coleman, LLC, to advise for the financing for the purchase of land, water, and authorizing general manager or his designee to execute any documents necessary to receive the Center Steve PEREZ, general manager.
In this item, Fieldman, Rollout, Jones Hall, and Brandis Coleman are a financial team that we had put together when we did the financing for the water reclamation plan. They worked extremely well for us. They know the district now, and having a finance team like this to do the financing is required by law now for many of the types of municipal finance acquisitions that we do, the borrowings, the bonds, etc. Field and Rolap is a municipal finance advisory firm. Jones Hall is municipal bond lawyers, although we're not going out for a bond. They advise the legal side of that. And the Brandis Coleman is a placement agent that will go out and start acquiring those lending entities and trying to find and recommend to us what might be the best to look at. So this team, we have recent experience within the year, and it would be my recommendation that we assemble this team and utilize them for this acquisition for the loans that you approved in NB2.
Okay. Any questions or discussions from the board on this? All right, with that, I'll ask for a motion.
Move on NB3.
Second by Director Washington. Okay, motion made by Director Glennon, second by Director Washington.
President Greg Wood,
Yes.
Vice President Rick West,
Yes.
Director Gregory Washington,
Yes.
Director Byron Glennon,
Yes.
Director Ben Stewart.
Yes. All right. Well, Steve, got your work cut out for you.
Oh, no.
All right. Director's report, comments, and future agenda items. Start with Director Stewart.
Nothing tonight.
All right, Director Washington.
Nothing tonight.
Director Webb.
Hey, folks, good evening. We all know the COVID has come back for a second time, so just take care of your family, be well, and stay informed. That's all I have, sir.
All right, Director Glennon.
I was very pleased with the President changing some of the NEPA guidelines that just came out this week. That is very important to Rose Community Service District and our water bank.
And I'd just like to thank everybody for coming out and joining us this evening. And this COVID is going to be behind us eventually. Get our lives back to normal, but until that time, I concur with Director Webb, and that's everybody stay vigilant and stay safe and protect you and your family. All right, General Counsel update. John Colmar?
Nothing tonight.
All right, and Assistant General Manager of the Fed.
Good evening. We got my report out. The district sent out letters to property owners for our records indicated that the property may be a rental property to inform the recent changes to the district policies to hopefully address any questions and concerns that are being raised to our staff. We are also encouraging our customers through email blasts, newsletters, and social media to contact the district via email due to the high call volume, and we're also informing them that we will respond to any questions, comments, or concerns within one business day. And that's all I have to report.
All right. Any questions of our Assistant GM? All right, thank you, Lizette. Okay, Director of Public Works, and John.
Yeah, I'm having a lot to report on just as usual, repairs and maintenance of the distribution system, as well as the sewers that's doing manhole inspections and treatment. And I'd just like to say that all of our employees are back to work now, COVID-free.
Perfect. All right, any questions of our Director of Public Works? Thank you, John. Public Works Manager update, Rob?
Yeah, thank you. To maintain our well-trained workforce and satisfy OSHA requirements, the district conducts annual safety training for our staff. That training was completed last week. The courses included hazardous waste operations and emergency response, hazard communication standards, lockout tagout, DOT, and confined space entry and rescue. So all of our staff is well educated and well prepared for whatever we have coming our way next.
Perfect. All right, any questions of our Public Works Manager? Thank you, Brock. And with that, I'd like to get a motion for adjournment.
Hello. Second by Director Washington.
Okay, motion was made by Director Brennan, seconded by Director Washington. Roll call vote.
President Greg Wood. President Greg Wood.
Yes.
Vice President Rick West.
Yes.